Hi, it's Lou Agave, a Long Island Lou Tequila on Facebook, Instagram, the web, and TikTok. Please subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to do a little sipping with Lou. Give me a couple of minutes, not very long, none of these hour-long shows, whatever. You're going to hear all about Curado. Curado is this brand that's been over in Europe for a long time. It's been in the UK, it's very popular over there in Spain and all around, but it hadn't been here in America. It's here now. It got here recently. It's going to be sold more thoroughly throughout the United States soon, okay? But I do see it around, and Drizzly's got it, and Specs and places like that. I saw it online for about $47 for the three. I'm going to explain what they are, but basically they're between $50 and $56 overall when you keep looking around, all right? Curado, made by Carlos Camarena at La Alteña, okay? That was at his famous NAM 1139 up in Los Altos. Now, he's moved recently to his brand new distillery where Ocho is going to be produced, you know, and that's going to be called Alembeque, and that's going to be the same NAM 1474 that they always were, even when they were in La Alteña, because Carlos had two separate companies, working areas. They were separate companies, actually, in that same La Alteña, so they allowed him to have two separate NAM. So Ocho and Curado have always been NAM 1474, and they will remain that way, even at the new distillery. Remember, a NAM is a company. It's a group of people. It's not a physical building. A lot of people don't know that. So he had two NAMs in the same building, okay? But they were separate companies. So this Curado is a special tequila. It is a tequila. It's an infused flavored tequila. It's 100% Blue Weber agave. Actually, it's well-made Carlos tequila. Starts off as its high proof, and then the infusion happens, okay? So it's Blanco all the way. It's Blue Weber Blanco, 100%. You got to realize that. I know it's the color and all of that. You know, we'll get into that. But it's Blue Weber agave, 100% Blue Weber, which was later infused with chunks of agave from the different agave plants, okay? We have Espadín, you know, we have Cupriata, and we have Cocido, which is the Blue Weber, okay? So it's really interesting. It's different. It's sweeter than you would expect. Even the Blue Weber was, in my opinion, it was a little sweeter than normal Blue Weber tequila, maybe because of the extra, you know, infusion. But by far, I like the Espadín. I got to tell you, I was really, really surprised. The Espadín is, to me, smelled the most natural of when I was just in the distilleries at La Alteña just 2 months ago. But so did the Cocido, you know, the Blue Weber as well, okay? But the Espadín really surprised me. Delicious, phenomenal. I think I'm going to pick that number one, followed by, you know, the Cocido, the Blue Weber, and then followed by the Cupriata. The Cupriata, I would say, is more for añejo lovers or dark reposado lovers, you know, because it's in that, forget about the colors, the taste I'm talking about. This would be more like in line with a person who likes aged tequilas, in my opinion, okay? Possibly even the Blue Weber. Cocido is a little bit more aged tasting. Obviously, even though they are 100% Blanco, when you think about it, they don't always taste like 100% Blanco. You know they're Blanco, but you get fooled by the color and those extra bold tastes and layers you're getting in there. And almost like barrel notes, but there is no barrel notes. Nothing's been rested. There's no additives. It's just infused. It's flavors. It's really interesting. No sugars, nothing added. No barrel aging, but yet you're going to be surprised when you taste it. You're going to swear there was. So, again, there's three families that involved in the making of this. You know, there's the Camarenas, you know. Then there's the Estes with the late Tomas Estes. And then there's the Vanguard family. So there's a lot of bartender influences and this and that. You know, basically the word Curado, you know, it could be, it's a Mexican Curado is the name given to infused pulque. Pulque's been around forever. You know, pulque is the first alcoholic beverage on the American continent. You imagine that? It's been around for thousands of years, you know. So the name Curado was given to pulques that are flavored. They used coconut, pineapple, coffee, all kinds of stuff, you know. So it's an infused pulque. So that's where kind of the Curado name came from. So for transparent reasons, these were sent to me by Morales Pig, who was a bartender. He worked at Pacifico in London. He has his own place now in Spain. Okay, he's an owner. He was big in London. He's over in Spain now. He's an ambassador. He's a tequila ambassador. He sent these to me. Okay, so I told him, like I tell all of them, and he'll tell you, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Doesn't mean anything that you send me product, which I don't like to take, and I haven't been for a long time, only when I can't get it, which I can't, and you insist on sending it, which they did. But they go by my rules. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you that, okay? So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, they're sweet. So the thing is, I like it. They're clean. They're delicious, and they're sweet. So if you like a sweeter taste, you're going to love this stuff. You really are, okay? You know, may not be for a Blanco purist, but it's definitely going to be for a lot of other people. Beautiful bottles. Look at it. Look at these bottles, okay? So I'm going to tell you what these are, okay? These beautiful creatures you see, all right? They're the work of a Mexican artist, all right? And this Mexican artist, his name is Pedro Linares, he had this like vision, okay, dream, that these animals, and these animals are alebiteshes, okay, and these are like mystical animals that he had this dream about that took him from life to death and back to life, okay? So these figures are all representative of the area they come from, okay? So that's the whole thing, you know, they represent. And, you know, as you know, the Blue Weber agave, which is what we're going to call the Blue Weber, the Cocido, is from Jalisco, of course, okay? Jalisco. So this is representative of a spiritual animal that this Mexican artist had a dream of from that region. And then, you know, you got the espadín coming from Oaxaca. So here's your Oaxaca figure, animal. And then you had the Copriata coming in from Michoacán. Okay? So that's where these guys are from. And each of these tequilas, by the way, were infused at different amounts. Okay? The production of the individual agave types were done in their regions the way they cook them normally. And then they were brought here for the infusion later on. All right. So it's a flavored tequila is what this is. So on the production procedure, all right, like Carlos does, stone oven cooked. All right. So then it's roller mill shredded. All right. That's the milling. It's natural spring water, La Alteña, and it's wood fermentation without fibers, open air fermentation. No barrel aging, like I said. And double distilled in copper, which is a great way to go, all right? So talking to Fanny Camarina just the other day, she's explaining to me that the infusion is done after distillation. So everything goes along just the way it does till distillation. Double distilled, all copper, okay? After the distillation, the distillate is sitting and resting in stainless steel tanks. That's when they put chunks of the agave from each of these types into the distillates, okay? And they let it sit there and they let it penetrate. After all of that is when it gets filtered, so they could take out all the elements from the infusion, okay? So, and then, of course, it gets bottled after that. So that's basically the way this is actually put together, all right? So we're going to taste a little. Moving stuff around here, and I'm pouring. I just poured the espadín. The espadín is the one that I rated first, that I did yesterday, that I tasted. Oh, beautiful bottles. Look at that. I got to tell you, really gorgeous bottles. Beautiful bottles. Now, these bottles, by the way, are 700 mil. These came in from Spain. So that's how Morales sent these to me. These are not your typical US 750 bottles, okay? These are 700. They're thinner. They're smaller. These are the European bottles, okay? And it's interesting because they have this like little tax stamp on the top, which is a little different from what I'm always used to seeing. All right, so anyway, that's the way that worked. So here we go. We have the Espadin I'm going to put right here. All right, then I'm going to go with the Blue Weber Agave, which is also known as Cusito. And Cusito will go right here with this beautiful bottle. Look at that, huh? Gorgeous. Phenomenal bottles. Just really, really beautiful. You could see the color already, huh? It's really something else. And then we're going to finish off with the Cupriata. And the Cupriata is really nice, too. I really like that. And that's going to go right here. That one is darker and a little bit more flavorful, more like a, in my opinion, more like a very dark reposado or a light añejo or something like that. You know, that's the way I would say it, okay? And, of course, you know, this comes from Michoacan. So, you know, you got the Michoacan, and then you have the Oaxaca, and then you have the Jalisco and the Oaxaca. So, Espadin. See, I'm getting into Mezcal now, and I got to tell you, I love this Espadin. This Espadin, it's delicious. It's Espadin infused into the Blue Weber Agave. So it has a delicious, oh man, it's an amazing nose and a delicious taste. I have to tell you, I love this one a lot. I get like chalk on the nose. Oh man, sweet agave, but you know, not overly sweet, but it's there, it's bright. This one is sharp, it has butter. It's floral. There's no doubt this is the most floral of them all. It's probably got the least sweetness on the nose of all of them. And it's got like a beer cider kind of thing going on, which I noticed right away. There's no doubt about it. Light oak, light honey. It's got spice. Very light vanilla. A little tangy, you might say. But butter and peppery, boy, I'll tell you, it's really nice. It's got a little more citrus also than these others, okay? So a little bit more citrus. It's got the cider. It's got the beer. It's a little sharper, a little less sweet. It's really nice and definitely more floral. A great nose. This is a really, really nice nose. I know you guys have seen these. They've been popping into stores, and you've seen them on the internet because they've been a big hit over in the UK and in rest of Europe. So I want you to know about it. Right away, you get that cider beer type. It's weird, it's funky, but I love it. I do. It's different. Everything can't taste the same. It's good to have something different sometimes. This I really do like. And it's probably, to me, more like the most like tequila would be, straight up, of the three. You know, what my Blanco would normally taste like, forgetting about the colors and all of that. Okay, a lot of that, I'm sure, is just coming from the extra infusion, letting it soak in there, the extra chunks of agave from the respective plants. There's no barrel aging, you know. So this is really, really, really delicious. It's got sweet agave, just the right amount, honey, baking spice, citrus. It's fruity, it's a little bit of smoke, just a little. Way less than from an Espadin infusion than you would think. Oak, of course. Just a little bit of vanilla, not a lot. It's really, really nice. I got to tell you, it's light caramel, too. So this is really good, and I like that honey. This is really phenomenal. I was rating this on Tequila Matchmaker. You know, it is a tequila. It's infused, but it is classified as tequila. You know, this would be 89. This would be 89 on Tequila Matchmaker. I like it a lot. Save just a sip of that there for later. So now we're going to go on to the Blue Weber. And the Blue Weber agave, known as Cosito, is right here in this beautiful bottle. And like I said before, this guy, the nose gets a little different now. It's definitely familiar to tequila, so it's going to remind you of tequila. There's no doubt about it. It's really Blue Weber on top of Blue Weber. That's really what this is. But for some reason, you know, besides the color changing, you know, it's a little bit more of a layered, maybe almost more aged type of thing, a presence. Definitely not like a straight-up Blanco. Even if it didn't have this color, you had your eyes closed, you would know that it's a little different. Yeah, this one is much sweeter. And, you know, on the nose, I noticed the sweetness, too. It's less sweet, though, than this guy, okay? The Cupriata is the sweetest, all right? So, I mean, even on the nose, this one's floral too. It definitely got some fruit. It's got some butterscotch even this time. Some spices, there's no doubt about it. Little orange citrus, a little anise, a little bit of smoke, but not much. Very, very little. Some light pepper. So the nose is good on this. And the nose, you know, it's similar to tequila. The taste was very sweet. Some cinnamon, some pepper. A little bit of anise, some spice, light nutmeg maybe. Maybe some fruit, buttery, earthy. I would say that's the deal with this one. So I would be giving this like an 88 on Tequila Matchmaker. Also phenomenal, really good. I like it a lot, okay? Now we're going to go on to the Cupriata. So the Cupriata from coming out of that region of Michoacan. Michoacan is a different state which is legal to make tequila, as well as mezcal, by the way. I don't know if you know that one. That's one of those double states, you know. Another beautiful bottle. So the Cupriata has got light anise right away. It's definitely got a nice sweetness to it. I would have to say very sweet. I would have to say the sweetest, but a little bit sweeter than this, but not by much. It's got a lot of honey and I would say clove again, oak, nutmeg, maybe just a little pinch. This one's got mint in it, though. Definitely got mint in this one, okay? Light smoke. Maybe even some olive brine. A little bit of fruit, like a pear. This one tastes like, goes like a reposado, maybe, in my opinion. Very sweet. But nice, clean, a clean sweet. Really, honestly, it's a clean sweet. This is good. I mean, I drink this all the time. This is really good. Fruity. This is like an apple pear thing. It's light pepper, spice, some citrus. I would say nutmeg and some light butterscotch. This is really good. This is really good, too. I'm going to go with an 88 on that one as well. So the winner for me was the Espadin, but I got to tell you, these are really unique. They're different. You know, the whole idea is that there's no barrel aging, and it's a way they found to continue to call it tequila because it is 100% agave with Blue Weber. And, you know, actually, as Fanny was telling me, he's using his high proof. This is high proof Blanco right out of the still. And when it's in those stainless steel tanks and it gets infused, that's where it's at. It's at high proof. And then they water it down and they filter it, okay, before they bottle it. So this is good stock. This is good pedigree. You know, you're talking about something really amazing here. You get a very bold, full-bodied flavor in this unique situation here. And I got to tell you, I think it's a winner for Carlos. I think it's unique. I think it's different. I love it. I would say Curado, when it comes to the U.S., you know what? For 50, 55 even, especially if you're an aged tequila drinker, you want to try this. And even if you're a Blanco drinker, you want to see the difference. You want to see what he did here. It's really pretty cool, I have to say. So that's it. This is Kun. It will be made at the new distillery. That's the Alambique. It'll still be now 1474, but it's going to taste slightly different because the water supply is a little different over there. So I can't wait to see how that's going to be. So here you go, guys. Enjoy. It's Curado.